Hi, Persephone's Charm here. So I thought that I would take a look at one of the newer Oracle decks that I purchased. So this is called the Spirit Animal Oracle. And the reason that I picked it up is because a lot of my clients had asked me, well, do you have any Oracle cards that don't have people on them? And I realized I didn't. So I wanted to find something that would still kind of connect with people, but not have any like humanoid like creatures. And sorry, let me adjust. This is the second time I recorded this, by the way, because apparently it was upside down. Don't know how that happened, but all right. Oh, sorry. So when I first got it, I thought the picture was really, really pretty, just because of like the transition of color, and it's very light. And I also wanted something that was kind of spring color-ish and wasn't as dark as some of the other ones that I have. Like all my other Oracle decks are super dark, so I wanted something kind of airy and light. But as soon as I got it home, I loved the way that the box opened. Like, that is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, because I love boxes. I'm not gonna lie, I have like 3 different tarot boxes. I have like 4 cigar boxes that I like, nice wooden cigar boxes that I keep cards in. I have the original like big packaging that I've gotten for at least 4 of my tarot decks. So I really, if it's in a nice package, I'm gonna keep the package. And this one is like, hear that? That is super sturdy. So it is awesome, and I don't have to worry about it getting all banged up if I take it to go meet clients in person, or just if I want to carry them around just in case for a spur of the moment reading, because I have had those before. It also comes with, like, I know it's silly, but I love this feature. So sometimes it's hard to get them because get them out of the boxes because they're like suction cupped in. And because they're like such a tight fit, that way they don't get damaged. And I love the fact that there's like a little ribbon that you can just pull up and it just brings it all out. And then for the book, I have small hands, okay? So the fact that this book can fit in the palm of my hand is amazing, because I hate having a big chunky book that I have to carry around with me when I'm first learning the deck. Because each Oracle deck is different. It's not quite the same as tarot, where tarot normally has around about the same meanings for each one of those individual cards. No matter what deck you get, for the most part, they're supposed to be the same. But with these, it's a lot, it's kind of a learning curve, because depending on who the creator is, like what certain beliefs they have, you have to like kind of retrain yourself with each deck. But this one, it's very short, and like it's a thick book, but each one of the meanings and phrases are very short and concise, which is really nice, because some of you guys are aware that I read tarot and oracle cards on the hotlines, and I also have a website that I do it for. And when people are paying by the minute, they want answers very quickly. So these are really, like, this book is really nice because it's not really muddled and like drawn out like my talking. But it's very to the point, and it's not like muddled and confusing as some of them can be, kind of like wordy. And I find sometimes the easiest tarot, that because I teach people how to read the tarot cards, and it just seems like it's a lot easier if you just give them key points or key words to kind of remember and think about when they're looking at the pictures, versus this long 3-page essay on each individual card, in which when I make my deck, my oracle and my tarot deck that I'm planning on making, I'm going to kind of like condense it and have keywords, and just that way it's a lot easier for people to remember. This is really good cardstock. Sorry, sidetracked, right? Okay, so first, look at how awesome that back is. Like, and I love the fact that, okay, let me give you an example. So, with a lot of Oracle decks and some tarot decks, and I hate this, I'm sorry, whoever makes tarot decks, if you keep doing this kind of thing, I don't know I won't end up buying it. Sorry. So, Oracle decks sometimes have the backs like this. So it's obvious that it is upside down or right side up. And with a lot of readers, they sometimes do reverse meanings. It varies depending on the reading for me personally, if I use it as a reverse meaning or if it is a card that I have to kind of like, okay, this is the point that you have to kind of focus on because this is where you need help or this is where you need spiritual assistance. So the fact that these are like interchangeable, you can't tell which side is up, that is amazing. And it seems like it's kind of hard to find that in an Oracle deck because really you don't really need to focus on that so much, but I'm so used to the way I read that I still kind of am like, okay, this is something important you need to focus on. So anyways, I just think that the backs are just so pretty. I don't know if I can get a good close-up. I have weird lighting in here because apparently everyone makes houses now that don't have any ceiling lights. I didn't know that that was actually a thing. Anyways, so the backs are super pretty, but oops, I'm losing them all. These images, like, not like even this one, like it is kind of dark, but it's still like it's so kind of like cute and whimsy kind of. I don't know. And it's got a little headdress. I didn't even notice that. I've only used this deck a few times personally and with only one client. So I'm not really used to them yet. This one, oh my gosh, look at that pig. Isn't that freaking adorable? Okay. So, and the images, like some of them, like even though they're not all the same background or any borders or anything, you can still see that they have sort of a theme going when it comes to kind of like a watercolory kind of backsplash. And they all have like this intricate mandala in the background. It's different placements. This one is like super hard to see, so I won't show that one. But like even the wolf, you can kind of see it in the background there. But these are so well done. And I also love the cards like themselves. Here, they're super like sturdy. They're really good cardstock. But like if you look at the one that I have here, this is one of my favorite Oracle decks, but see how high gloss that is? And it's so hard sometimes to shuffle them, especially if they're brand new, because it tends to static together, and it just seems like with these they slide very easily. This is a very thick deck than what I'm used to, though. Majority of them, I know that these ones, they are the Oracles of Shadow and Light. I do believe there's only 44 cards in that one, but these ones are super thick. Let's see if I can see how many cards are in here. There's 68 in here, so that's more than like 10 extra cards, at least for the largest one I have, I think is 58. So that's still an extra 10 cards. So like most of them that I have are only like this. Like that's a good portion that this right here could have probably just been a deck, or at least a majority of one. So I love that there's such a variety in here. I haven't found any negative cards yet, so that might be something that I will have to look into, because I like a well-balanced deck that has both positive and negative cards in it. That way there's like more variety of like answers for situations. But again, some people can do like reverse meanings and such. So that would be good with this deck too, because again, you can't tell the difference. But yeah, I did notice, because I have very small hands, and like these ones are super big compared. Well, I guess maybe not much, but there's a good, a good amount. And these ones are actually easier for me to shuffle because there's less of them. And like I said, I have small hands, so that, and because they're new. So see, I can't. I'm a very hard shuffler, so I'm probably going to have to, do the old-fashioned way like that. But I grew up playing cards, playing Pokemon, playing Magic the Gathering. I'm a huge Magic the Gathering nerd. So I'm rough with my cards because I want to make sure that I'm shuffling. But yeah, I tend to use a little bit of talcum powder on my hands when I first start shuffling them when they're new, but I haven't had the chance yet for this. So overall, I really like the aesthetics of this deck. I love that it's a very short, concise book. The only downfall, it's a pro and a con for me, is that the deck is so thick, and it being high quality, thicker cardstock, that it's very hard for me to shuffle with small hands. And I've had surgery on my wrist before, so it's kind of difficult. But overall, I really, really love this deck. The only other con for me possibly is there may not be any actual negative cards in here, which I like having cards that kind of make you think about negative situations, because it just, nature, there's going to be negative and positive. So if you have just a positive deck, then it's helpful to a point, but not really if someone is really struggling and they need those focus cards. Anyways, so that was my review, I guess, kind of review of these. I'll probably do another video later just to kind of see how I feel about it after I've actually used it more and processed it. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day.